Good morning. As you can see, we're sitting in my Acura TLX Type S PMC edition right now, but this video is not about that. So I wanted to take you guys along on something else that I've been waiting for. It's very coincidental that two of the vehicles I've been most excited to acquire actually are coming in within about a week of each other, give or take. Believe it or not, this one was a little more complicated than I was assuming it would have been. So come along for the ride. We'll pick it up together, and here's a hint.
Look at that. Not only do I get picked up, but I get a coffee on the way. My buddy grabbed me in Seattle and took me up to Linwood Honda in his Acura TSX. As we make our ride up here, you can see what I am picking up. A nice, pretty blue Honda dealership, followed by a nice, pretty blue SUV. So you can see it here for the first time. We'll take a quick look at it here. Linwood Honda was pretty cool. They had a lot of power equipment in the dealership, which was really cool to see, all this stuff up here. And after that, headed out for an extremely long drive back. I always hit traffic when I'm in Seattle, and this time was absolutely no different. So we'll take a quick look here now that I have the Pilot home and I'm able to clean it and look at it and get through the, anxiety and stress of buying a new car, because it's still there. No matter how many cars you get, you still have that moment, and actually just get a breath to take it in. All right, one of the first trips is going to Costco, and man, taking a look at this diffused sky blue pearl paint, I am glad I went through all the hassle to find it, to wait. And thank you to Linwood Honda for putting up with me throughout the entire process, because it certainly was a saga. But I have it. Certainly not many up here in the Northwest yet. So let's take a quick look around. I know some people have been concerned about the gap here on mine. It is pretty uniform, side to side here. The design on the wheels is pretty good. I'm probably still going to swap out for my HPD wheels here, but you can certainly see the additional lift in the suspension. So one note, the TrailSport suspension strut and spring are completely different from the regular Pilot. It is not simply a spacer on the top of the strut. So there's some little tidbits there. I love now that when you lock the doors, side view mirrors close. Taking a look around. Back looks good. Like many TrailSport owners, my trailer hitch does not have the trailer wiring with it. So certainly a hiccup there from the manufacturing, which is kind of a bummer. I was skeptical on how this would look, but realistically with the blue paint, it does look pretty sleek. Certainly a big change for me going from a truck to an SUV. Taking a look here at the inside. So there's a few nice touch points that I noticed in here that I was really glad. So on the TrailSport, the glove box is damped. You can see it opens nice and slow there. TrailSport does come with all-season floor mats. Odd that for some reason they don't fit. It's like the mats are too wide to actually fit. The driver's side is like that too, which I'll show you here in a second, but Interior seats are phenomenal. Obviously this has what, 1, 2, 3, 4-way power adjustable on this side, but the comfort on these, I'm taking a road trip for about 1,000 miles tomorrow, and I'm really excited to see how the car does and how it feels. Back seat has tweeters in the door, which is nice. Obviously the sunshade that everyone's talked about certainly is going to be good for the doggies. I'm still trying to figure out how to put them in here, considering the TrailSport has 2 captain's chairs, and typically the dogs are going to sit in the back seat. I don't want to put them in the back here because that's where all my camping gear is going to go. But the interior is really nice. I love that I finally have an AC outlet inside, which I did not on the Ridgeline. Obviously we have 2 USB-A ports here, full HVAC controls for the rear, that glorious pano moonroof up top. All of these LEDs are courtesy lights and it's proximity, so when you get close they all turn on, which is a really nice touch. No fitment issues with the rear all season mat here or here, which I don't know if you can see. That all fits really well. Visibility is really good on the Pilot. Taking a look inside, which I'll lay in some video here in a second. Really like the storage that we have in here. Certainly will utilize that. As you can see, like, for some reason, the mat, I mean, and it's not like they're off center. They're where they need to be, but they don't fit, which is really odd. For the most part, interior looks amazing. There's a different start, stop engine button right. So we have the torque distribution, driver attention, your phone, audio, speed and time, range and fuel, brightness, TPMS, pretty standard. You can see what my MPG is so far. Not bad, about 21 miles, mixed driving. Wireless CarPlay works great, as does the surround view camera, which I know a lot of people were really surprised and really loved this button here, but truth be told, I mean, the RLX Sport Hybrid had the button here back in, what, 2014 or whatever the surround view came on that car. And it's great. Yeah, it's super convenient. It's super easy. Obviously, you can toggle through the different modes here. So one thing to note with washing the front and rear cameras, the rear camera is a little icon right there. So if I put the car in reverse and then I wash the camera and the back window, it does both at the same time, right? You'll see it gets wet. But there's no camera on the front. So I was trying to figure out where that's at. And actually, we'll put the car in park and turn on the front camera here. It's actually just misting the window towards you. So when you're misting the windshield, you will also miss the camera. Does a pretty good job cleaning it, which is great. Wireless charging pad doesn't work with my case, probably my case. Got one 12-volt here, USB-C, USB-A. Door lights, pretty standard here. Obviously the moonroof. Unfortunately, this is probably gonna need to get warrantied because it doesn't stay like it's supposed to. And I actually do use that mirror so that I can keep an eye on the puppies in the back. And then heated windshield, which when you're out off-roading and you've got ice and snow covering the blades, that thing is a lifesaver when it melts it off. So man, all in all, I'm really, really happy with the Pilot. I think that the engineering team did a great job. Everyone has seen all the other things that you can see in any of the other YouTube videos, but you know, I think it's nice to actually have owners getting them now. So with that said, off we go. The 10-speed transmission is a little quirky, but it's noticeably smoother than the ZF 9-speed, which is nice. Work really well. Something I'm a little concerned about is the way that this screen is recessed behind the knobs. Like, the exterior seems like it's going to scratch really easily. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully it doesn't, but I like the look and the layout. The HVAC works really well, which is great. The heated seats are adequate. They're not super hot, at least that I can tell right now. Boy, sure wish ventilated seats were on the TrailSport, but I totally get why they're not. Lane keep assist works really well and noticeably better than in years past. Obviously I have to get up here a little bit, but yeah, so it's green right now and completely steering the car.